Gachsaran is located in the Boyer Ahmed Province of southwest Iran. The city does have an airport, but you need to check the flight frequency with any local travel agent. Or you could fly to Shiraz and then drive 6 hours to Gachsaran. Once there, you could check into a hotel, for the shrine that we visit today is a further 2 hours in the hills. Either way, it is by no means a day trip, especially if you travel with family. Speaking of family, it breaks my heart to imagine that the progeny of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had to leave their homes in Arabia due to relentless persecution and take refuge in forests, mountains and caves far away from their loved ones. When Imam al-Ridha al-Salam was forcibly summoned to Iran by the Abbasid Caliph Mamun al-Rashid, several of the Imamzadeh and especially his siblings migrated to Iran. Among them was one of his sisters, Bibi Hakimeh Khatun salamul alaiha. Today I will show you through my eyes and lens her incredible shrine 80 kilometers south of Gachsaran. Once the city ends, the going gets tough. Even in this day and age, the hills are extremely difficult to traverse. I went through hundreds of miles of endless oil rigs, aptly named after Bibi Hakimeh. The terrain is rugged. The air is dry. The heat is intense. And there is almost no mobile network or internet connectivity for most of the distance. However, there is relief at hand in the form of the beautiful Rud Zohre, which literally means River Venus. The name derived from the exquisite bluish green color of the water. Before I reveal her life story, just take a moment to witness the most breathtaking shrine that you will ever see in your life. Cocooned in a secluded valley in the almost unsurpassable hills known as the Zagros, I present to you the holy shrine of esteemed lady Bibi Hakimeh Khatun salamul alaiha, daughter of Imam Musa al Kazim alayhi salam, the 7th Imam from the progeny of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I had been planning this trip for a few years. I had seen the pictures before and knew what to expect. Yet after all of that, my first reaction to laying eyes on the shrine was, is this place for real or am I having a sweet dream? But this is no dream. If you were to see heaven in a dream, then the ziyarat of the shrine of Bibi Hakimeh Khatun is the interpretation. I drove 19 hours from Hamadan and all that fatigue was gone in a glimpse. As breathtaking as it may seem, the location itself tells you the tragic tale of Bibi Hakimeh Khatun. If only you reflect, after all, how did a daughter of Imam Musa al Kazim alayhi salam and sister of Imam al-Ridha alayhi salam end up being buried in a cave in this remote location far away from civilization? Bibi Hakimeh Khatun was born to Bibi Ahmed, one of the most trusted wives of Imam Musa al Kazim alayhi salam, which makes her the real sister of Imamzadeh Ahmed or Shah Chiragh of Shiraz. Scholars and historians like Allama Majlisi and Allama Sayyid Jafar Behrul Ulum have recorded the presence of one of the daughters of Imam Musa al Kazim alayhi salam in the hills near Behbahan. Her date of birth is not known, but according to historian Sayyid Hashim al-Bahrani, she lived a reasonably long life. Sheikh Qulaini narrates in Usul al-Kafi that Bibi Hakimeh was present during the birth of the 9th Imam, Imam Muhammad Taqi al-Jawad alayhi salam. She took him in her arms and Imam al-Ridha alayhi salam informed her that this newborn child would be the Imam of the nation after him. Prominent traditionist Sheikh Khurr al-Amili mentions in his book Asbatul Huda that she was known by titles such as Abida, meaning worshipper, and Danishmand, meaning wise. Her name Hakima itself means wise lady. She was also a muhaddisa and has narrated a number of traditions from her brother Imam al-Ridha alayhi salam. Bibi Hakimeh migrated to Iran along with her brother Fazl. In all probabilities, she traveled in the caravan headed by Imamzadeh Ahmed. or Shah Chiragh of Shiraz, she entered Iran through the Fars province. When they encountered the army of Qutlu Khan, an Abbasid appointed governor outside Shiraz, she and several other female relatives were sent away to find safer havens, accompanied by male companions. In the massacre and pandemonium that followed, many Imamzadeh were killed, while many got separated and took asylum in the surrounding hills and caves. That the shrines of Shah Chiragh in Shiraz and Bibi Hakimeh Khatun in Gachsaran are located in neighboring provinces is testimony to the fact. Keeping in mind the geographically unfavorable conditions as far as travel is concerned, I am guessing that it may have taken her a year or two to reach her final destination. This would not have been possible without the assistance of a trustworthy and efficient local or two. Bibi Hakimeh was accompanied by an Iranian help named Kaka Mubarak and a bondsmaid by the name Bibi Gulgul Khatun. About 4 kilometers before the shrine of Bibi Hakimeh is the tomb of Kaka Mubarak. This is perhaps the very place where the soldiers of the Abbasid Caliph Mamun al-Rashid finally caught up with them. They were ordered to kill all Sadat, including women and children, without any reasoning or debate. Kaka Mubarak, though outnumbered, fought bravely and ultimately sacrificed his life defending the daughter of the Imam. The next day, Bibi Hakimeh Khatun, along with Bibi Gulgul Bano, encountered the same army of assassins who tracked and surrounded them in this location. Surrounded by enemies in a strange land and finding no place to escape, the great-granddaughter of Imam Ali alayhi salam, the manifester of marvels, raised her hands to the sky and recited a dua. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, Bihaqqi Abail Ayamin, Khalisni min al-Bala'il Azim. The mountains quivered and gave way. She entered a cave, and after searching for days without success, the army left the scene. There is a small door in the shrine of Bibi Hakimeh, not far from her zari. It is called Bab al-Murad, or the door of fishes. As the name would suggest, visitors pray for their needs at this sacred station. It is the entrance to the cave where Bibi Hakimeh and Bibi Gulgul Khatun took refuge. There is availability of water in the interior of the cave. In the olden days, pilgrims had access to drink, perform ablution, and carry some home as a blessing for their families and friends. The grave of Bibi Gulgul Khatun is located right next to the grave of Bibi Hakimeh. Talk about being together in good times and bad, in life and in death. They are few and far between, but such are the true loyalists of the Ahlul Bayt. They lived here for many years, and when the circumstances became favorable, Bibi Hakimeh began to preach Islam from the school of the Ahlul Bayt, thus establishing a territory of faith in a land pretty much secluded from much of the human race. The mausoleum was first constructed by Abu Muhammad Hassan, the governor of Arajan, at the end of the 3rd Islamic century. The beauty of the shrine is defined by its raw and rugged environment. If it weren't for signboards, one wouldn't even know that there is a shrine in the vicinity. He who visits would realize that around a bend in the mountain, a stunning shrine materializes, apparently out of thin air. In that sense, it was a perfect place of refuge for Bibi Hakimeh Khatun. What is unique about the building is that mountains act as natural walls on 2 facing sides. Due to the complexity of the location, there was only enough space to build an exceptional half dome, while a low wall has been built above to prevent the shrine from loose rocks. Directly below is the grave of Bibi Hakimeh, which is located in a cave, so that you will find that it is shadowed by a ceiling of rock rather than the usual mosaic or glasswork that otherwise mark the underdome sections of Persian shrines. A stream flows under the mausoleum, and the locals informed me that Bibi Hakimeh used to perform the ritual ablution or wuzu from these waters. Reminds me of the Quranic verse number 5 of Surah Al-Fatah, which describes paradise as a garden with rivers flowing beneath. In recent years, the shrine of Bibi Hakimeh has gained considerable amount of popularity. Many pilgrims from south of the country and Persian Gulf states such as Kuwait, Bahrain, Emirates, Qatar, and other Arab countries as Lebanon, Iraq, Hijaz or present-day Saudi Arabia and Syria now visit her shrine on a regular basis. This has been the role played by the Imams. Little do we realize that they are the silent flag bearers of Islam, giving sacrifices and bearing great tragedies, but in the process taking the message of Islam far and wide, where today it is firmly established in the form of the holy shrines. They have paid for these lands with their lives and blood and will remain their undisputed owners forever. To end the documentary, I would like to share a story with a message to the pilgrims from India and Pakistan without sounding arrogant or making any claim whatsoever. I asked 2 questions to Agha Hassan Parastish, a local khadim of the shrine. I asked him to narrate a miracle of Bibi Hakimeh Khatun. He replied that her miracle was my own journey from Mumbai to Gachsaran. It left me speechless for a few seconds. I then asked him about pilgrims from the subcontinent, and he said that I was the first that he had ever seen. I know for a fact that the Zaireen from India and Pakistan visit Iran with a lot of khulus. Wouldn't it be an honor then to have our faces registered as the pilgrims of the holy shrine of Bibi Hakimeh Khatun, daughter of Imam Musa al Kazim alayhis salam? My message to the viewers is this: share her story with your family and friends, and if you can make it, then make it to the holy shrine of Bibi Hakimeh Khatun. It is a tough journey, no doubt, but it is nowhere close to being as difficult as the journey that was undertaken by Bibi Hakimeh Khatun herself. Salams to all.